I double check to make sure that I am audible. I hope you all can listen to me. Just tell me with a thumbs up, or you can say audio fine, and I will continue. Today, there are two important things that we're going to talk about. First is the frustration WOKES and some Democrats are taking it out on Tesla showrooms, Tesla cars, Tesla owners, and anything that is Tesla related. The stock of Tesla, as I have told you before, is taking a beating. And just to show his solidarity for that, Trump himself bought a Tesla car. I showed you that in yesterday's hangout about what he has done. He had Elon Musk with him, and he actually entered into the car. I don't know if he drove this or not. He said, I'm not supposed to drive. Be that as it may, he has solidly stood behind Elon Musk. Today, I'm going to show you a Texas man, Richard Ryan, who has actually mounted a minigun on his Tesla to send a message as to what he will do if somebody touches the car. I'm going to share that video with you. Before I do that, a small request to all of you to like this video. And if you have not already subscribed to our channel, kindly do so. Here we go. I'm going to start again. This thing runs too fast. Here we go. This is how it looks like. You get the idea. It's a way to say, lay off of trying to do anything to individual people's cars. After all, it's not their fault that what is happening. They have no say in it. I myself own Teslas, and I'm very unhappy that people are taking their frustrations out on somebody else's car. That is actually private property, and this is criminal offense. The only problem is police is so backed up now everywhere in the country that they may not get to it for a long time. So you get the message. Calm down. You are going to get into more trouble if you do this. And all I can tell you is that people are taking stock. Another interesting thing happened. Remember that there is this violent criminal gang from Venezuela, TREN de ARAGUA, and there were 200 plus people who had been caught across the country, and they were put on a plane to go to El Salvador. I talked to you about that big El Salvador facility where they can house thousands of criminals. Now, one judge, district judge, passed an order saying that you cannot send them out, and also that you need to turn the plane back in case it has already taken off. Guess what? Trump administration ignored that order, that part of calling the plane back. The plane has landed in El Salvador and they are fully in prison. The confirmation has come from the president of El Salvador. But in all these things, you see what is happening now? The Trump administration is telling judges, especially those who are at a very low level in terms of jurisdiction, who are trying to do things at the national level where they can get off. This was imminent. I can tell you, I've been telling you about this. If you have only limited jurisdiction, you are not supposed to go past that. In fact, the SCOTUS Chief Justice himself came down heavily on one such judgment that you cannot do it for the nationwide. You can only do it for your jurisdiction. This also happened in the last few days. Things are getting really, really ugly is all I can tell you. And this kind of stuff has to stop. Really, it cannot just keep on going like this. Now, there is one other thing that happened. Remember yesterday or day before yesterday, Ontario's premier, his name is Doug Ford, F-O-R-D, like the car. He had threatened that the Ontario state would put 25% tariffs on United States for electricity, and if US did not back down on the aluminum tariffs, that they would start putting this 25% tariffs. Well, Trump was not happy. He had expressed his frustration. Look, you are taking it on innocent people. And again, I say the same thing. Canada needs to show action on the ground. A lot of people who I think owe allegiance to the Liberal coalition are still being allowed to roam freely, and everything goes back to using drugs to raise money. I don't have to tell you the names. These are all things that are known to us. In fact, there's an interesting side story also. Kash Patel has said if Jagmeet Singh ever shows up in US, he's going to deport him to India to stand trial for his Khalistani links. So we've been saying this. Jagmeet Singh is somebody who has been known to have links with Khalistanis. You have to go back to his early days. How did he become the president of NDP? How many people got bribed? I'm just asking questions. The NDP needs to answer. How did this guy become the president of the party? And do we know that he shows up in parliament in $5,000 suits? I mean, think about it. New suit every day. Where is the money coming from? So Jagmeet Singh has a lot of questions to answer, and that is one side. So let's see what happened on the Ontario stuff with Doug Ford. He said that he threatened 25% tariffs. Well, then what happened was the Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, talked to Doug Ford, and they have reached some sort of an amicable solution now. They are not going to put tariffs of 25% in Ontario state, and the aluminum tariffs are coming down from 50% to 25% for Canada. And also the Canadians are going to come and meet with United States to talk about renegotiating the USMCA. This is United States, Mexico, Canada. This is, you can think of it as an extension of NAFTA. NAFTA was the first one, then you have this one. And they said that we will sit down, we will talk with you, we'll come to an amicable arrangement. So this 25% tariffs thing is sort of like a shot across the bow to say you need to take care of this fentanyl, this drug problem, because that is the one that is really, really getting United States arms up. They are saying, wait a minute, this is another way to try and kill an entire generation of America by making them to become so dependent on drugs. So that's where things stand. And we have one more huge expose coming in about 4 hours time. And that would be about what is happening in Panama Canal. And that's a very compelling story in itself. Do come and join us for that. I don't have anything beyond this, and I'm going to sign off now. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.